Hello everyone and welcome. So now that we are done with generating our API key and installing the required software and packages, let's start with the coding part. So for that you need to open Visual Studio Code, which is your code editor. And after opening the Visual Studio Code, you need to go to this terminal tab right here and click on the terminal and then the new terminal. So this will open up the new terminal, and now you need to create a React project since you have not created any React project. So now you have to create a React project for this particular today's session. So if you are new to React, let me just explain you how you have to create. Let me just close this other terminal. Okay. So if you're new to React, so let me just explain you how to create a React project. And if you are a beginner or intermediate level, no problem with that. You need to you'll just brush up with this information. So you need to type this command in the wherever you are. So you have to just press this like npx. You have to just type this npx space create hyphen react hyphen app space and the name of the project. So any name, like you can provide any name here. This is purely a string, and any name which you desire to like create the project, so you can type that name, and you need to, for example, weather. Then you need to press enter. You have to just hit enter, and then you will be able to create your React project. So after hitting enter, this will take at least 5 to 10 minutes to create the project. So don't panic, it will install so many packages and modules. So this takes around 5 to 10 minutes depending upon the processing power of your PC. For me it takes around 5 to 10 minutes, so it will take for you also this much only. So don't worry, and it needs an internet connection. So before installing this, before running this command, make sure your PC is connected to the internet or Wi-Fi. Okay, so this will take up to 5-10 minutes, and after you get a message in the terminal which says happy hacking, and if you see that message, that means you have successfully installed or created your React project. So after that project is created, you have to just open it with Visual Studio Code, and after opening it, you will able to see something like that, some folder structures like that. Okay, so you have freshly installed the React project, you have to freshly created a React project. So you will be seeing some more files here, some extra files here, because I have deleted some of the unnecessary files. Like they are not unnecessary for but for us they are not used. So I've deleted those files. So you will also have to delete those files since you have you've created a new project, React project. So you will be having some more extra files here, for example, like report web vitals or test.js, something like that. So you need to delete all of them, and you need to keep only these files which are present here. So let me show you from the beginning. You will have a node modules, you don't need to touch this folder at all. Next we will have a public folder, you don't need to touch this folder at all. And next we have a src or the source folder. So you need to open this folder and you will have such files here. So you do need to just keep this app.css, you will keep app.js, you will keep index.css if it's required. If you don't feel anything like wrong in that, you can just keep it, or you can just delete it, there's no need. And index.js, this is very important. Other all these files like package.json, package log.json, all you need to keep. Other all files you need to delete, and there's no need to keep them at all. Okay, so once you have deleted all the files and just cleaning up, after finishing cleaning up everything, you need to come to this which is app.js, and your app.js should look something like this, and there will be lot of things like report web vitals or importing the logo and all, some logo like logo add.svj. So you need to delete all that, and your app.js should look like this, like simple, cleaner, and crispy. So it should look like this. And after your app.js is finished your with the cleaning, so let me just check if this app is running or not. You need to also check it like the way I'm checking it. So provide any testing value here, for example hello world, and then you need to save it, and then you need to open the terminal. So you can open the terminal with a shortcut which is a control plus backticks. Okay, so this is the previous command. Let me just delete it, and then okay, wait, uh, let me just clean it. Okay, now you need to go to the folder in which a project is present. So after creating the project with an npx create react app, you will get a folder in which all your files, these files will be present. So you need to go to this folder by cd, and for me it is projects, and then weather, and hit enter. and let me see what are the components in the folder. So it is all these files which are here. I can see them, I can see those files. And one more thing, I am using WSL here, which is Windows Subsystem for Linux. So basically this is a Ubuntu terminal, so chances are high that you might be using like command prompt or PowerShell, something like that. So that doesn't affect anything, because all the commands which I'll be using are exactly the same. So in the installing the packages, running the process, and all those commands and everything will be same, so you don't need to worry about that. And once you are here, you need to just type this command, which is npm space start, npm start, and then you need to just hit enter. So it will take a couple of seconds to start the server. So this will start a server on a dedicated port, where you will be able to see all the changes which you made here. So all the changes will be reflected on that port. So that's it for this. And let us see what are the things we'll see on the port. And this basically you will see this. And okay, so it shows that compiled successfully, and we are provided with a port. And we have to go to this website, this URL. Basically this is a local host basically. So you need to just go to the browser, and you need to just open you need to just open the website. Okay, so it is loaded, and if I refresh it, this is hello world. So that was the previous page which I was demonstrating you in the introduction video. So this is what we need to see, hello world, because when we go to the VS Code, and in the app.js we have typed hello world. So here we are seeing hello world. So okay, now we have made sure that our app is running and everything is perfect. So if you have any errors because while deleting, there might be some imports which are missed out. So you need to just figure it out in the terminal. Only you will able to see like this import is missing, and this is not defined, and that. So you need to just tackle it out, and everything should look like this. So after that you will not have any error. So let me just close this terminal. And now we have to create components. So as you have seen in the introduction video, we had a search component, a search button, and below that we had many other things like temperature and icons and all. So for that, let me just create a folder that will be components. So in the components folder, we'll create a file which will be there. We'll create two components. One will be the search component, and the next will be the component which will be providing us all the information. So here we'll write anything you can write, search main.js. Okay, so here we'll use a cool trick to import a boilerplate code. So if you have installed that extension well enough, and if you have not, so let me just take you to the extension page. And how does it come? Control Shift X. Okay, and you will be able to see this extension right here. You need to install this ES7 React Redux and this snippets. So this will provide you all the snippets, right, to React. So after installing it, just press Ctrl plus P, or if you have, or just type RFCE. And if you get the boilerplate code well enough, and if you don't, for me it doesn't work. I don't know for what reason. For some reason it doesn't work. So let me just press Ctrl Shift P. Then I will get this ES7 snippet search. Then I have to click enter, and then I have to press RFCE. And okay, boom. So we have got the boilerplate code. So this is the default code, and inside this we will write our all the code, and basically all the JSX and all the like JavaScript for the logical part. So let's start creating our search component. So what does a search component generally has? It has a input field in which you type the input which needs to be searched, and you have a search button which gets clicked, and then all the data we get. So that's what we are going to create. So I have already created a CSS file for this, and let me just create that file here and put the code in it. So we are not going to like dive deep into the CSS here, because if we go, like, the tutorial will be like 5 to 6 hours long, and I don't want that. So let me just paste the CSS which I've already created. And so basically this CSS presents, like, in the CSS files, there presents the font which we'll be using, and this is the CDN link to the icons which we'll be using. So make sure you have this, and you will have it in the CSS, because you'll be getting the code. So okay, so you'll be having this, and this is all the CSS, and I'll be explaining it time to time, but you need to just take a look at this. So this will be a CSS file for like this. We are only creating one CSS file here, and this one CSS file only, there will be everything which we need. Okay, so let me just hit Control S, save, and let me just go to the search main component here, and now we will import that file. So let me first show you what happens if I don't import that. So we need to delete this div, and we have to create our own div. So our div will be, let me just name it any class name, like wrap or wrapper, anything you can name it. Completely, look, any class name which I'm providing here is according, like, are according to the CSS files. So don't think that these are by default, or these only we have to, like, provide. No, you can provide anything, and these are just according to, because in this CSS files I have named according to that. So that is why I'm providing this. You can provide anything and make the modifications in the CSS file, no worries. Okay, so we have provided this wrap, and next we'll be providing a search component. So search, inside this we'll be providing an input tag. So in the input tag, the type will be text also, but we can provide search also, because in the HTML5 they have provided a new value to the data, that is search. So type is search. Next we'll be having a placeholder. So this will have a value of maybe like type city name or something like that. Next we'll be having an ID of search, and that's it. We have provided the class name and everything. So this is the input field. Next we'll be having a button. So we'll be having a button, so that will have an class name of search button. Okay, boom. And then we'll be having a button. So like, if you don't put also it into a div, so it works. Okay, if you don't put into a div also, this works. You have to just give a name, class name to the button, so that will also work. So we'll provide search button. Okay, oh, again I made the same mistake. I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, and you have to provide, first of all you need to provide a button. What is wrong with me today? Okay, here you have to give the class name, and that will be class name, and then you'll provide the name. Here you will provide search button. Okay, so this will be the button, and inside the button you can write here like search city or search, and if you just save it. And let me check if a server is running. Yeah, it's running. And let me just go to the browser and check what are the things which we see. We see nothing. So do you know the reason behind this? Do you know the reason why we are not seeing anything? So that reason I'll tell you in the next video. Okay, see you in the next video.